I've heard this called the Hawaii of Europe. It's a lush subtropical island that hardly anyone has even heard of.
Hello from the island of Flores in the Azores.
It sits at the westernmost point of Europe, rumored to even be the lost island of Atlantis.
Just straight out of a fairy tale book.
This is a tiny island in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with some of the most dramatic landscape I've ever seen.
I'm convinced this is fake.
The entire island of Flores is only 54.5 square miles, yet it feels like the few days we have here are already way too short. In contrast to the largest island of the Azores, São Miguel, where we spent the last week, Flores is only a fifth of the size and only has 4,000 people living there compared to São Miguel's 140,000. It just might have us both asking if we're on a movie set. But we're not. This is actually real.
So we did arrive a couple days ago. But today's the first day where the weather looks really nice. So we're out exploring. We're on our way to our first viewpoint now. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello, friend. Hello. Hello.
Looking at these views and tending to the cows on the island, the main economy other than tourism, just kind of makes you feel like the hustle and bustle of a city maybe isn't really living.
When you're here, you really do get the sense that cows outnumber people. We've just come across a lot of cows. Hey friends. Oh, the little guy. Just a typical day on Flores.
It's rural and dreamy, making you feel a pull to what feels like a simpler, more relaxed life.
Now we're headed to Costa Nordeste, which is the northern coast. There's a little lighthouse out there.
Our next stop brought us through much of this dreamy landscape to the northernmost point, a lighthouse with waterfalls in the distance and patches of wildflowers all around.
Felix is napping, so we're just gonna pop over to this viewpoint real quick. Crossing the island through the middle now to go to the side with the famous waterfalls. I don't know how much we'll see, but it's an adventure anyway.
We didn't see much. The weather in the Azores is famous for its unpredictability.
Can barely even see like 10 feet in front of us.
So we made our way to the southern tip of the island, where word on the street, or honestly Google Maps reviews, was that this bar was pretty darn good.
We got marked down on the board in there. Surprised how little US people come.
We've sampled a lot of veggie burgers here, and that was probably the best one.
That was really good.
The owner was super nice. We may or may not be successful at seeing the waterfall, but we want to go back and try. Two things worth knowing on the island of Flores. Number one, if you get car sick, brace yourself. These are some windy roads. Number two, the cars that you're able to rent, at least that we were able to rent because we can only drive an automatic, we got the Opel Corsa, which I've got to say is not the best.
Coming around to it.
No, you're not. This steep ass road is so sketch in this car.
In most cars it wouldn't be.
He's having to like floor it. It's fine, we're almost there. On this side, it's all clear and pretty. So this behind me, I don't know if you can see it, there's a really cute little cottage back there from like the 1700s, and we actually stayed there when we first arrived, so if you're curious what it looks like inside, this is what it looked like. This is our like old style waterfall abode for the next few days.
The Moinho da Cascada was a working mill in the 1700s that has now been turned into a B&B that you can actually stay in. It's been renovated to add electricity, has 4 beds to choose from, and several levels to hang out on. And the kitchen has an induction stove and even a microwave now.
So we definitely would have filmed more during our stay there, but the weather was insane. It was super windy, super rainy. It was like coming in sideways as soon as we were done filming that tour. Welcome to So I'm glad to be back. It's still foggy, but we can actually see the waterfalls now, so I'm gonna drone.
But this is far from the only waterfall stop on the island. Oh no, there's a super famous one that was the reason why I wanted to come here.
Back into the mist, maybe. We're gonna give the big famous waterfall a try, even though it's a little foggy.
And we needed to hike to it, praying that the fog wouldn't totally obstruct the whole thing.
Most of it is covered, but you can tell it would be really amazing. It doesn't look real. I'm convinced this is fake.
It seems it. Most of the island's all seen. Surreal.
This is all Jurassic Park set, isn't it?
It is.
You like the waterfall? Yeah. You know, there were rumors about this being like the lost Atlantis.
It might be.
It might be.
This is the waterfall that makes Flores famous, and I really wanted to see the whole thing. Although I was so grateful to see even the little bit we could see that day, I kind of wondered if maybe we would have one last chance for redemption on our very last day.
Silly boy. Silly boy. One more little adventure for the evening.
Although we visited in early May and it wasn't quite warm enough, there are natural swimming pools all over the island, and this one in the main town of Santa Cruz is one of the most famous.
These are cool. It's so nice. I would love to swim in there when it's a little warmer. We're getting a little sunset. There's a webcam called Spot Azores that tells you or shows you different parts of the island and how the weather is. So there's one in particular that's been totally just white with fog and clouds this whole time, but it's clear today, even though it's like really foggy here. It kind of seems like maybe this side of the island, which was the sunny side, is now like things have flip-flopped. So we're hightailing it over there before our flight out this evening to try to see the things that we didn't see the last couple days. First overlook of the day. 2 lakes and a waterfall. Where are we going?
Down to the water.
Little dude just fell asleep, so we're gonna check out a couple of lakes that I've been wanting to see that were in the clouds this whole time. So I think these are gonna be really beautiful. Okay, yeah, let's go to the waterfall. Oh yes. Oh, that looks good.
Although we had seen a little bit of the waterfalls the day before, and they were truly amazing, I really hoped we would get there in time to see them in all their glory the second time around, and you know what? We did.
Everyone coming our way is just beaming, so I think that's a good sign. Oh yeah. Damn. That's a waterfall. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, it was awesome yesterday, but to be able to see the whole thing
Way more.
just feels, yeah, I'm so glad. Wow. So happy right now. We got to see the lakes, we got to see the waterfalls.
Got to see a bunch, almost everything.
I was feeling like, did you even come to Flores if you didn't see those things? But
They are very beautiful.
now we've seen them and I feel very lucky.
Now we want to come back.
Oh yeah. Can I live here?